So today we're headed for the Cathedral, huh?
Yeah. Oh fuck! I see a crystal lizard.
Alright, so I need to go
Fuck! There's
to
another crystal lizard.
the Crystal Sage bonfire, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I am on my way.
Two twinkling titanite and some crystal lizards immediately after it. Because I don't know if this still counts as the same area, so I don't know if we can actually summon
You
here.
can't summon here.
Yeah. But I think it's just going to be a very brief interlude segment. Oh, I still have Pestilent Mist ready. That's not really a spell that I think I'm going to be casting. Oh, another great machete I don't need.
Huh. The little side areas there's just for the crystal lizards?
Yeah.
Okay then. Oh!
At
Huh.
least that's all
Hello.
I found. There's a couple big guys.
I mean, it just has multiple paths that lead to the exact same spot.
And a bridge full of messages saying that there are no messages, and then a bonfire. But I still can't put down a sign. Wait. Oh, fuck. Ah, I found the regular crest shield. What the fuck is that? Guy who dropped a spider shield. Oh, there's another guy on these stairs.
Paladin's Ashes.
Huh. I didn't pick up any paladin ashes.
Well, when you first go up the hill, if you turn to your left, there's like a little side area where an NPC attacks you. And right at that dead end is where the Paladin's Ashes are.
The guy with a knife and a sword?
Yeah. There should have been Paladin Ashes. Yeah.
Just killed him. Okay, here we go. Now I hear that.
And then I just found the crest shield you were talking about.
Yeah, I went that way first. So. Did this guy respawn?
I'm pretty sure they don't respawn, but I don't remember.
Oh well, doesn't matter. I bet if I go forward, this is going to be another bonfire. It should be. Oh, that's a fucking dog.
Yeah, he looks like the dude from Dark Souls 1 with the spider shield. That was my class when... That's always my class when I play Dark Souls 1.
It was subjectively the best class for pretty much any build you could possibly do.
Yeah, I mean, it's got solid stats. The weapon is actually good.
Basically, it or Pyromancer would reach anything at the lowest stats, no matter what you were trying to do.
What? I encountered a dog. He clipped into the wall, and then he died.
That happens to dogs sometimes. Some guys and dogs still know. Wow, science.
I might have died to the bandit, dude.
He had a spider. It's pretty much impossible.
He might have smashed my shield away and then riposted me.
Yeah, I got reposted by one of the guys.
That's a shame.
Deep. Okay, now I can put this down, but I think inside this building.
Do you guys have the souls for Patch's stuff?
He's a while off still.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah. In the building right in front of you, that's where the bonfire is. You can open the double doors, no problem.
Not really many goodies in this area.
And there's an NPC who can do helpful things if you talk to him.
Oh no, it's the exploding guys from Dark Souls 2!
Wait, where was the Crush Shield and Paladin Ashes?
Near the bonfire, if you veer off to the left where the first NPC is.
Alright, there you go.
And then you have to, like, make your way up the hill on the right to a high ledge where the crest shield is.
I'm gonna talk to this dude.
Estus Shard?
Which way did you go, homie?
What? I thought I was going towards the cathedral. I found the double doors. This must be the cathedral. Oh, I can put my sign down now.
Do you see the bonfire in front of you and the little church?
Hold on. There's still a bit of this area to explore, so I'm gonna explore.
Is the small church through the double doors is a dead end that just has the bonfire and an NPC in it. And exploring the area goes to the actual cathedral.
I'm in a graveyard now with burping zombies.
Yeah, you might want to go back.
Oh, really? I'm not supposed to go there, huh?
Or rather,
Well,
I mean,
now you're
that's
just
the way
going through
forward.
the area now.
Oh.
The building that you thought, oh, that's the cathedral, is not the cathedral. It's just a small side church.
Oh. Okay.
Actually, I guess it might be the cathedral, except not. You can't get into the real level until you open it from the other side. I think there's like 2 doors in here that only open from the other side. And a bonfire and a dew.
Merciful goddess, mother of the forlorn, who have no place to call their own,
Oh.
please bear witness to our resolve.
Hey there, buddy.
Fire for Ariandel. Fire for Ariandel.
Huh. Is he talking...
The ash to kindle flame.
Is he talking about the same Ariandel from Dark Souls 1?
Maybe.
That was called Ariana's. Completely different.
Wait, you've the same scent as the
Anyways, I'm here. Where the sun's at.
I'm talking to the NPC.
Me
That
too.
NPC is unimportant right now.
I'm talking to the NPC. You can't stop me.
Long I've searched.
He wants to send you somewhere spooky.
Oh, oh, don't mind me. Didn't mean to fall apart. Now, Ashen One, I have a kindness to ask of you. My lady lives in the cold land of Ariandel. I need you to show her flame. A proper flame that will burn the rot away. If you truly are Ash,
There, I talked to the NPC too, and now I'm in a completely different area.
Oh, so should just refuse this quest for now? Or
You can just warp back after.
oh, okay.
But this is actually the first DLC
thank
area.
you. They of Ash never fade. Just a moment then.
You get the really cool scythe from the final boss of this, right?
Painting of
Yeah.
Ariandel.
It's one of the things you get from the soul of that boss.
Scrap of it, that is. Go on. Take it. Touch it.
Touch this weird scrap of wood. Do it, do it, do it. Oh my god!
And when the ashes were too.
I'm surprised these
These
kids.
chairs don't break as cool as the ones in Dark Souls 2 do. Where the seat just falls straight down and no other aspect of the chair gets damaged at all.
I think there's actually like a message right outside.
You know, in retrospect, I probably should have touched the bonfire first before getting warped away.
Probably.
Well, it's not like it's actually far from the last one. Where's the
Have you just
bonfire?
arrived?
I could have sworn the message here was like, you should probably come back after you've done X area.
Rejoice, my new friend. For this is a
What
true
area?
haven of the forlorn, the cold and gentle painted
I don't
world
remember,
of
but it was
Ariandel.
basically, I could have sworn there was a hint that was like, this is scaled to like this main game area in terms of
A
progression.
sweetly rotting bed to lie upon.
All it says is only the mighty may proceed.
You're no
I
exception.
don't remember what,
We've all
like,
seen
overall,
terrible
what levels
things,
you should probably
but
be
you're
before
safe
doing
now.
there.
I think
Let
like
it
post
ease your
dancer
burden.
maybe.
Ariandel will make a
Either that or
fine home
Earth,
for you.
so
So
probably post
go
Earth,
on
that's
ahead.
fine.
The sweet, quick, the sweet.
We could probably do it right now.
We could. Let's just go through the DLC and get a thing I want, and probably nothing helpful for anyone else.
We could do it after Cathedral.
Maybe.
Hold on.
Probably.
So I'm gonna have to make my way through the area again because I didn't touch the bonfire.
Check something.
So why is this guy like going nuts over Arienda when we killed her in the first game?
No, we didn't.
I did.
Whoa, what's wrong with you?
Ariana's is very possibly a different place.
Oh shit! I found an item.
Oh. Soul Spear is an Irithil dungeon.
And Priscilla very probably lived through Dark Souls 1. That's up to a point.
Oh right, her name was Priscilla, but the area was called Ariandel.
No, the area was called Ariamis.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Are there any cool spells in the first DLC? Frozen Weapon, Snap, Floating Chaos, Way of White Corona. Way of White Corona seems to be a miracle where you throw a destructo disc and it comes back.
And
like
it does
boomerang.
basically no damage.
Yes. It's apparently good against large, slow-moving PvE enemies. But,
Where are my summon signs at?
I'm coming.
I wonder if Snap freezes it. Probably not.
Probably not.
Hey, the
But
NPC's
there's
gone.
there's also the rapier that has knives that you can throw and they don't do any damage. And claws with the weapon skill of just fucking beat the fuck out of them.
Put down a soapstone sign in the cleansing chapel.
So I think this is the other area you were talking about where we need the finger?
No.
No?
No.
Oh, what was the other area?
After a little area after Irithyll. I don't think you need one there, but I'll check. I know the other area, but I think it was only 2 spots. And
Well,
yeah, you don't need one.
Okay, cool.
I'm being summoned to another world.
That's pretty out of this world.
Whoa! Is that a reference to popular video game Another World from 1986?
Maybe? I'm glad to see you broke all the chairs, too.
Also, only one other thing.
What's that?
This is the well that Siegmeyer will be in. Or Siegward. So you'll have to talk to this well.
So I'll have to talk to who?
This well.
Oh. When do I have to talk? When will he be there?
I don't know.
After you encounter patches.
Okay. So it's the thing that first we find patches, then we gotta backtrack to the well?
Not really backtracking, because he's just gonna come back here anyway. I think these guys respawn forever.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure.
They also burp.
Yeah, if you get wormed, you take constant damage until you pull out a torch to get rid of it.
Oh yeah, torches. That's right, this area had the special thing with torches. I don't own a torch.
Try not to get wormed.
I'm assuming these zombies can do that?
Yeah. If
Oh.
you get hit by the worms, they spit out.
So that's the burping sound I was hearing. It's like the most cartoony burp ever.
Oh, Jesus! The fuck are you, dude? I don't like you.
That's a lot of dudes.
Yeah, they just kind of keep spawning. But they don't chase very quickly, so...
The Executioner's greatsword.
Oh, that's a special weapon. It has a special effect.
Oh, these guys are kind of cool.
Yeah.
Their skeleton has escaped their fleshy prison.
Along with a bunch of worms. Do you know where you're going, Gandalf?
I'm going this way.
You go this way. I'll go.
But I've been tricked. There's nothing over here.
Not even an item?
No.
There's an easy drop-down point to get down there to where that friendly guy is.
True.
Except that's probably still a damaging point to drop down from.
Sakasa.
Ah, fuck. Did I just get wormed? Yes. By a guy embedded halfway in the ground. Fuck. Pretty sure I do not own a torch. I don't know, pyromancy flame. That doesn't do anything, does it?
No. Hey, look, it's the invader.
Boy, I wish I owned a torch.
I'm not gonna chase this person and pass the zombie hellhole. They can come over here.
Ow.
If I did slightly more damage, that actually would have killed them. And I'm sure they hate me, but... Oh, are my worms finally gone? I think my worms are finally gone.
There we go.
I don't think he expected me to actually attack.
Alright, let's move the hell out of here before someone else comes.
Oh, I forgot that we could have walked down here.
Does this spot actually work? Because I feel like I've come here and been like, oh. I'm
Wait.
always doing it?
Oh, is this an area? Oh, this is an area where the giant will help you?
Yeah.
Well,
If you befriended him.
yeah.
I had him befriended, but I swear when I came here on my file, he just, like, didn't. Because he only covers a very small area. So that's the actual level 4, right?
Is this the way you're supposed to? You can't. This door's locked, right?
How would that door be locked?
Yeah, you can't enter from there.
Treasure ahead.
Back down this way.
Gandalf, come over here.
No, we're going back down this way.
There's literally just an item right here.
Yeah, but we have to go back over there anyways.
Okay.
So, this is the area you were talking about where you have to kind of do things in, like, a specific order?
Yeah. Oh, shortcut.
Try finger. Next to a corpse's butt.
Oh, it's down here, the place with the dude.
Like, right behind us?
Oh, he's dead already.
Torch required ahead. There's no ahead here. These guys are super weak to fire, though.
Hey.
Which is probably what torch required ahead is trying to say.
This area I didn't look into, so I don't know about, like, illusory walls and stuff.
It only takes you 2 swings to kill this.
Yes. That's what happens when you have a +7 heavy greatsword.
Mm-hmm.
And 40 strength. Oh, crystal lizard.
Someone
What?
is covered in worms. It's only.
I got...
The anti-bleed item kills worms, apparently, before they build up.
What's anti-bleed? Oh, there we go.
Lost comp or something.
I didn't even realize I got wormed. I was like, wait, why am I losing blood?
Oh, it's a buddy. I was kind of, I backed away thinking you'd do something, but these guys take forever to get the fuck up.
Alright, so... Could go that way, or we could go... Oh, well, Gandalf's going that way.
Gotta get the loot.
You know, with an area called the Cathedral, I really didn't know what to expect. I thought it...
This is back the way we came.
I just expected, like, just a giant, like, church area. Not like
yeah, we're just outside of it.
Yeah, we're outside the giant church area.
I see.
There is a giant church area.
We just haven't got to it yet.
We're in the graveyard of the giant church area.
Oh, jeez. Oh.
I was reading the message. What did it have to say? Liar ahead. Poison bite ring.
Alright, this is just a dead end. I think... Is it?
Unless there's an invisible wall somewhere. I don't know.
Pretty sure there isn't, but I don't remember there being like any illusionary walls in the cathedral.
Hmm.
Wait, if that was the way we came, that can't be the way we came from. But what was the ladder going up then? That was totally back the way we came from.
Maybe it's a different matter.
That's not new, right? Spook, what? We're all the way back at the start.
Oh shit, this is here.
Yes.
I see an item on this ledge, and I don't know how to get.
Now we gotta go back
that
through.
Must be where that ladder went to.
Now we gotta go back through zombie hell.
Why'd
Yeah,
you
this
walk
would be
back up to the
fine.
ledge if you didn't want to go down it?
Why did you push me off?
I wanted to go down.
Oh, the accusations are flying now.
Well, I'm gonna leave Spook because he doesn't know how to navigate.
I wanted to go down there. You're the one who didn't, so why were you on the ledge?
I was making sure it was a previous area.
Well, we made sure.
Yeah, we sure did.
Wait, how do I get onto that ledge? How do I get that item?
Are you okay, Spook?
Yeah.
What am I not seeing here? What? How did you get up there?
Hi. Is this the ledge you needed to be on?
Yeah, where's the path to there? Not
Yeah.
down here.
Just go back over this way and you just walk up
Over
here.
what way? I don't even know where you are now.
Oh, Gandalf, were you streaming?
No?
Oh.
Was I supposed to be?
Uh,
I would have found this.
Dak was under the impression we were streaming it.
Oh, hey, Omi, you finally caught back up, huh?
Well, I never said I was gonna stream it. Should I be streaming it?
If you...
Someone decided that Omi had said he wanted to stream, even though he never said that.
Hmm.
These people don't.
Wait, why are we going this? This is the wrong way.
I don't know. I'm following you.
Ominous distracted me in this
After
talk.
Omi like tricked me into going back to the start.
I don't know where you guys are now.
Around.
We're over here. So should I be streaming?
If you want.
No.
Okay.
Oh, hi.
Hey.
Now look who finally decided to show up.
Yeah. Is there a problem, Spook?
Huh?
Are you good?
Where? Is there a problem? I see a bloodstain down there, but I don't think that's really a problem. I don't know how they died there, though. What did you die to?
Probably fell off the ladder.
That would have put a bloodstain at the top.
They were climbing up the ladder and an invader kicked them off of it.
Well, this is told you.
Oh, it's one of the
So you went to the right up here? Okay.
hold on just a sec.
Ow.
Say hello, stream.
No.
Fuck off.
I was...
There's a really good ring hiding around in this place that gives extra attunement slots somewhere in this place.
I feel like I remember this rooftop being kind of unpleasant.
It's cause a bunch of little dudes are gonna hop down and say, you
How
suck.
much health do they have?
Oh man, I hope it's the Bellkeepers from Dark Souls 2.
Nah, it's just the thralls from Dark Souls 3.
Oh. You know, that NPC I was talking to before we entered the area, he was talking about the Forlorn. Is he talking about the same Forlorn from 2, or...?
No.
Oh. Yes, this is Elden Ring pre-alpha gameplay.
Although the existence of anything in 2 is dubious, because I'm pretty sure 2 takes place in a painted world. Or something basically like a painted world.
What makes you say that?
You go into it from a reflection in water, and the place isn't actually even there. There probably was a place there, but I'm pretty sure the place you went to was just...
Were we covered in some kind of...
I think these guys used the don't heal juice.
Oh yeah,
Hmm.
because
I can still use this to heal though, so... Who's the real winner here?
You as always.
Lloyd talismans
Right
would
back.
actually be super
You think it
useful.
has to do with that little guy?
Ow. Ow, 2 little guys. Since we're like, you know, doing each area basically 3 times, we're a much higher level than I would usually be here.
Yeah.
And otherwise those guys would shit on me. Hey look, it's a little guy. And another multiple little guys.
well, we also kind of went to the cathedral later than you usually supposed to, right?
I mean, you can go to this or to
Good path.
catacombs, whichever order. I think the game expects you to go here first because it's just, you know, right after the boss.
Right.
But you also might not even ever end up at that boss. If
Yeah, you
explore
could
the-
actually do Fair and Keep before the crystal stage. Oh.
Oh.
We didn't find the ring. I'm almost certain that the ring is on these little walkways over here.
Isn't there another set of little walkways that we can only get to from later?
I
Because
don't
it's the
remember.
higher up area.
There
That's
was.
a different kind of walkway. These are, that's like,
Hold on. Yeah, where we came from. Oh wait.
this guy didn't even get dead.
Oh, Fluffy's Gandalf.
I went back to
There-
double
there-
check.
Oh, never mind.
I'm not going crazy. There was a ring here, right? Maybe I went crazy.
You can't get onto these. You can't get onto these like ledges here, can you? That lead higher up.
No, which is a shame, because that item that Thrall dropped that is now floating in the air because Spook killed him while he was just hanging there, is probably the most important item I'd ever need.
That sounds about right.
Probably. Now I'll never get that, what I assume is just a Titanite shard.
Oh, we don't have enough of those.
Actually, no. I was gonna say maybe this is possible to jump onto that, and I'd look to where that walkway would lead if you could, and the answer is nowhere. So.
Well, what about up here?
What about?
There's nothing up here.
Yeah. That's true.
I think that if you go up here before going on that ledge, you'd see the little dudes hanging and you could kill them. But, you know.
Yeah, kill him.
Nice try.
It's a big group of dudes.
It sure is.
Check this out. Crap, there was another dude.
Yeah, that was really cool, Gandalf.
They cheated. It would have worked. It took my FP as well. What
There's a sign here that says "Be wary of left."
True. I wasn't wary, but it's fine. I picked up a spear. So this is where how you have to navigate this place gets, I don't really remember. We have to be on the left side. We cannot move across this pathway from that right side over to the left side. Otherwise patches won't show up. And I think we can't kill these guys before seeing patches. We might be able to. I think he just gets mad if you do it. But we
So
can't go from the right to the left, or patches won't show up at all.
so
You can kill the giants. You just cannot go to where patches is from Rosaria's bedchamber.
so we absolutely have to go left first.
Equipment hurting, Juice. I've been fucked on. But if I remember, it's actually pretty easy to come at that room from Rosaria's bedchambers. Yeah, he gets mad if you kill the giants. I think this leads to the giants, and is therefore wrong?
I mean, it went down. Which is
Or
where
maybe
the
there's a path back up.
It's
Oh,
mass.
it's just a shortcut back.
Oh, we got.
Vice is invading us.
Oh man, Vice.
Where is this? Where is this the shortcut back to?
The church.
Chapel.
Okay. Oh, that's convenient then, after all.
Is there anything over here?
No.
Slow down.
What? What the hell?
Oh right, the giants get upset and they do this.
You want me
Ow.
to not kill you.
Oh,
Oh, the invaders on the other side, Gandalf.
fuck them. Don't kill him. We'll kill him when we go down there. Just leave him. Can the giants can hit him too?
Oh.
Right?
Ow.
I
Oh,
tried
man.
poisoning the giant, but I don't think it worked.
Sick.
Gandalf, no!
Can the giants be poisoned? So I put like 3 clouds on him and he didn't get poisoned.
So you want to try again, Gandalf? Get your souls back?
Gandalf?
Yeah.
Okay. At least I can put my sign down in the same spot and we can just take the shortcut.
Yeah. Except I took the spot you had before. I put 3 poison clouds on the giant and he didn't seem to get poisoned, so he might not be vulnerable to that.
It's fine. If you go down there and fight them, you can fight them like classic Dark Souls giants, where they basically can't hit you because big enemies can't attack under their feet.
So what's the plan? Just try to get past the giant without fighting him?
What do you mean I can't pick up the items on my way? I'm gonna do it anyways. Ooh. Isn't this the wrong side? Isn't this? No, this goes down. I don't want to fuck up the patches crap.
Do you know where we need to find him?
Yeah, I just don't remember how to get there without accidentally going to Rosari's bedchambers, which breaks
Little
it.
guys are coming down from the ceiling.
Oh.
Slime.
Whoa. I got Seek Guidance, a completely worthless spell.
Well, that's a great spell. Are you sure this is like that missable? Because I'm pretty sure I did not find patches the first time I did this area, but I was able to just come back and trigger him anyhow.
I remember it being that missable.
Well, maybe.
I think he'll advance anyways, because he doesn't disappear forever. But I think he'll just advance straight to Firelink if you miss him here, and it'll be like, hey, I don't know you. Do we just drop down here?
Pretty sure that these stairs over here just lead down to there. Yeah.
What stairs? Can't just make up stairs.
I'm sorry. I made up stairs, and then I took them. And there's a little guy down here. with a
Oh.
torch.
What's the tell for mimics in this? In one, it was the chain.
Hit the chest. That's the tell. And then, evade the grab.
Okay.
You can't break chests in this, so you just don't need to care.
Oh, perfect. I still find it very funny they give you a mimic, like, right at the start of the game. Oh, Thrall's over here.
Might be true.
And the dudes that have cool weapons. Though this is the one with the less cool weapon.
Oh, are these the ones that can carry the,
Yeah.
the great sword I'm looking for?
Yep.
Ah, nice.
Not that one though, but you know.
Well, yeah, not that one, but...
Oh, Gandalf.
Yeah?
There's other ways to dead end with a special enemy in it.
What
Well-
way? Well, let's deal with this guy first.
I don't know where you are, so I don't know how to answer that actually.
Is that the same Kirk? Is that the same Kirk from 1?
Nah.
Oh. He had...
It takes place who knows how long afterwards. Which way is special enemy?
Over here.
He had spiky armor on, so I thought maybe it was him.
Wait. Yeah. Oh. He came down because I stepped slightly into the room.
Oh right, these guys. The dudes from Bloodborne, but without the electricity. Dark Beast Paul.
This location is bugging out like crazy for me.
Yeah, he's a Bloodborne enemy.
Like, he was up inside the wall for the entire time.
Oh, and
Classic Bloodborne.
his attacks curse you. That's great.
Recover FP from critical attacks.
Yeah. I think if you just walk in here blindly, he just drops down out of the ceiling onto you.
Yeah, there's another one of them in Irithyll.
Who I think drops the restore health on crits ring. Right?
That's possible. I believe
You want, hold on.
This way will lead to the way we need
Hold
to go
on.
to get to
Fight.
patches.
You want to see my sword animations? Hold on. Alright, so that's regular, heavy attack.
Who the fuck is asking to see Dark Souls sword animations?
Is that what you needed to see?
Masturbator. He invaded the chat.
I stopped you guys from hitting him with a much weaker backstab than your regular attacks.
It's weird that they made that change. In Dark Souls 1, like every rapier and thrusting weapon did increase crit damage because it was some value that no one could actually find or figure out how it actually worked.
Oh,
Well, the other rapiers did good crit damage, just not this one.
Yeah, but for that one, like even Velka's rapier, which was the, you know, the magic based one, still did fuck huge crit damage. Oh, weapon hurting juice.
yeah, it sure is.
Wait, is this not the right one? This has to be the
Bonfire
right
ahead,
way. I don't
it
fucking
says.
remember. This is a shortcut back to another place, isn't it? I'm getting japed. Getting to patches without going through the Rosaria way, which causes him to just disappear. Oh, I think this is what goes up to patches. That's the Rosaria's way, but we're on the other side of the room.
Hey,
Or we were
Alright.
on the other side of the room.
I guess you must have missed something.
Because I know, yeah, if you go to where Patches is from Rosaria, he just isn't there.
Alright, so where do we need to go?
Just
Past the giant, up the pews? That giant in the corner? Oh. Over there?
Yeah, I mean, it was like the staircase behind him. Also, there's a bunch of slimes in that sludge, just so you know.
that
Doesn't
gets
that just
you
go
all
right
the
to
way
the
to
boss?
over there, or am I turning? Because Rosaria is on this side of the room, on the side with the giant,
I
right?
could have sworn Patches and Rosario were on the same side of it.
No, they're on opposite sides,
But-
and that goes all the way around it. That's why this area is so.
Well, both Deef and Vice are saying that's the way.
That must be why it's so easy to actually like miss patches here. It's way easier to just go to Rosaria. They made these guys 3 times bigger, and they're even less threatening than they were.
Wait, are you fighting him?
Yeah.
You
Oh.
said we didn't want to kill them because it made Patches mad.
True. But I don't think this is the one that I think you can kill them, it makes them mad, but I don't think this one counts. I think it's the other one. Or it might be both of them. Killing one of them shouldn't upset him. It doesn't matter either way. He just gets upset at you. But
I don't think he actually dealt with that.
and now I got the Drangleic garment.
I hate that these slimes have very high magic defense. Just to spite me.
You probably are sitting on a stack of fire bombs. Well, his trick doesn't work anyways because he lowers you down somewhere where the giants don't care anyways. Oh dang, these were a cool weapon that I probably won't use, but they are cool. But I don't have the dex to use them.
I only have 8 fire bombs. This is where the boss is. Isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, this guy was praying.
Somehow, I didn't register that this guy didn't attack animation at all.
Were you at full health?
No. That's what I got.
Hey, I got the Great Maze. That's what you wanted, right? You wanted the mace and not the sword.
Yeah, totally.
The Deacons are maybe the only one of the only bosses that actually just gets harder on higher difficulty. Them and like Curse Rotted Greatwood. Clearly, because like, I mean they're still easy, but it's just giving them more health means that the just constant damage they do might just beat your ass. Look, it's the gate. Remember that gate?
Yeah. Is that Siegward there?
No, it's Patches.
Oh. I only see his outline. I mean, I was recording it anyway, but Gandalf didn't feel like streaming, so I just took
I
it
didn't
upon...
know I was expected to stream. No one told me.
It's fine. It don't matter. Tears ahead.
Yeah, what a cool dude.
Oh, whoa! Surely nothing bad will happen.
Shame on you, you rotten cleric. Thought you could outwit an onion.
Patches, you have to go all the way up to the boss and then walk past it.
Well, say hello to
Instead.
the nice giant. He adores visitors.
Yeah, I thought you could outwit an onion.
So...
Oh, hey, the giant. How's it going, buddy? Anytime I've done this, he actually never gets up and walks over. Don't kill him. Let's just go get spooked.
Oh.
Fuck this giant. You don't know. It only changes if you pick cleric, or if you're female.
Is he
With
really?
Wait.
Yes.
Nice.
He hates clerics, and he hates women.
Which way did you go, Gandalf?
One overrides the other.
Uh,
Down the hallway to the path under Patches. Where's Spook's sign?
Oh, okay. I see where we are now.
I'll go put my sign back down then.
His dialogue when he traps you in the spiraling tower also changes if you're a cleric or a woman.
What if
If you're a
a
woman,
female
he's...
cleric?
I think being a female overrides it.
So he hates women more than clerics?
If you're female, is like, well, hey, at least you're amongst company, since it's all, you know, females buried there, since they're all fire keepers. I don't see your sign.
I just put it down at Kings and Chapel.
And then, he makes a comment basically about clerics being lecherous with you being surrounded by women.
All of Patch's reincarnations have such a big problem with clerics.
Hold on a sec, guys.
What am I following? This way.
I'm gonna go
He's
pee now.
invisible for me. Well. Perfect.
You didn't tell me I was
Did you not
invaded.
even have, would you have even heard?
No.
Because literally the second you got up, Omi was like, "Oh, I gotta go," and then you said, "I get up," and then 2 seconds later we got invaded.
Oh, he has to go. Permanent go.
No, but
No.
he also got up to do something. You guys got up at the same time, and then we got invaded.
And you couldn't solo the invader?
No, I apparently don't.
No. Throw down the signs. Good thing I lost nothing. That guy was super cheesed about killing a dude that wasn't there.
No. The invader killed both me and Spook and then myself, and then he killed Gandalf.
I called bathroom break and the invader didn't hear.
They did. I threw down talking stones too, and they didn't even like talk back or emote. They just did a jumping attack at me while I was using one. Very rude. Was it this elevator?
No.
No elevator. Ignore it. We'll go over to the elevators after we kill the giant. But we gotta kill the giant first. So that patches will think we're cool.
That giant?
Yeah.
So after this, do you go talk to him again?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's like, God, it was an accident.
Is this door open?
Well, yes. Yes, it does.
Did you ever get the item that was like just to the side of this front door?
No. I got one of the items. And then you were like, did this door open?
I meant outside.
Oh.
It was probably nothing.
Oh, I got the maiden set.
Nice.
Oh dang, the Cathedral Knight set is really heavy. Which I was already aware of.
Wait, this isn't even the door I thought it would be. Where is this?
This is a different place. I got the Saint Vidant. This isn't as cool as the one in Dark Souls 2, where when you do a fully charged heavy attack, it opens and a big spike comes out of the middle.
Oh, isn't that basically the gargoyle bite it?
No, this is a faith weapon.
Oh.
Can't you see how religious it looks?
Oh, true.
It doesn't do any magic damage because they decided faith weapons should be only physical.
Alright, so back to patches.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I think we could just go over to Rosaria and then lift the thing. There's a lever over there, right? Pretty sure there is.
There's a lever there, I don't know what it does.
Wait,
Over here.
wait,
This way.
wait. This
Ma-
probably lifts that, but...
Oh, it's just for the gate.
Oh, it's
Yeah,
the other
which
one.
is the pathway that takes us to patches. You know, let's go back the way we came. Through the slime. And this time Spook won't get killed by some dude.
Says
Oh. Come on, drop it. Fuck you. I got a second Great Mace.
Wow, you're so lucky.
I want that great sword too.
not most like scam. The way quest NPCs and the traders work is pretty dumb for a lot of these.
How do you figure?
Like this that you have to walk past the actual boss fight to get to patches apparently.
Wait, where's Patches?
Isn't that him over there?
Over where?
On the other side.
Oh, right. Oh, right. Were we supposed to go through Rosaria? I think we were. But there's no lever over here to raise it. Silly me. We were supposed to go over to the Rosaria side.
Is it safe to go over there now?
Yeah.
he's
Well, he's over there now, and there's no way to raise that thing on this side. I thought there was. I just wanted to kill the sword dude for a chance to get the Cathedral Knight sword. Oh.
Ow, my ankle.
Don't worry, I got you guys covered.
Thanks.
Eventually, I will remove this spell.
Alright, so over here.
Yeah.
Oh, hi.
Secret passage ahead. This must be the place with the cool ring. Yeah, it's up here on the secret passage that was ahead.
actually see which way Gandalf went.
This way?
You just drop down somewhere?
No.
You went up the ladder?
Oh, there's a
Yeah.
ladder.
Yeah.
I got the deep ring.
Congrats.
This elevator doesn't lead to Rosaria.
Led to that ring you wanted.
It did.
Now you can attune 2 more healing spells. Sorry.
What?
Well, where do we go now? Is the question.
I'm in level with you. I don't really remember. Kill the giants. Go this way.
I mean, he's over there. So it has to be a way up over there, right? Oh, hang on. I got a great idea.
Are you gonna send him
Because
up?
we're in co-op. Oh wait, we're not allowed to use this lever, are we? Probably.
I think we are. Hold on.
I'm not allowed to use it,
Oh.
so we can't.
Would you realistically have enough time to do it?
I doubt it. And having
Also,
that up probably. Oh, you know what? Having that up might give us a way across, and we just have to go to an earlier spot. And now there will be a bridge. Because like this is the giant who swings at you when he wakes up after being sleepy.
Oh. I was not on it.
It's fine. We can just go around over here.
You can just walk through when it's actually up.
Oh, yeah, that too. I don't know what Gandalf is now though.
I went into the little chapel area.
Ah.
This place is confusing.
At one point I knew this place well, but it's been a little while. Oh man, there were boxes over here too.
That bridge is even higher up than this was actually, so this doesn't seem like this is going to lead us to anything.
You just gotta go higher up.
Was there a higher up the way we came though?
Why are you making problems? This is going down.
Yeah, this is not the right way at all. I think this leads to the other shortcut. I think. Yeah, it does. Well, this is where we entered the area.
Why don't I remember this place at all?
It's too complicated. It's a cathedral.
Every other time I got to Rosaria's without even trying. And I actually had to look up how you're supposed to get to Patches because I couldn't figure out how to get to him before Rosaria.
There's like a segment up in the rafters too.
Yeah. I think I maybe sort of might have a memory of where to go. And it might be up this way.
Oh. Wait.
Oh. I didn't heal for crap.
Did this just take us to a dead end?
You know, I don't think that looks like that's actually a bridge that connects anywhere, even if you were to walk on the top of it.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Do we have to maybe go back to, like where we killed that giant to get to Patches? Is there another route around there somewhere?
I don't remember.
Ow.
This was a long ladder.
Yeah. That seems to be true.
Yeah. And I don't know how I'm having issues getting to her because every other time I get there right away. No issues.
S-
That elevator goes to the deep ring and then a dead end.
Did it?
We did take that elevator. It's dead. That end's dead.
What does this lever do?
Nothing. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
What lever?
The one over here in this corner.
I raises this, which doesn't do anything.
Well,
Is there a path over there?
Do we have to get up into the rafters and then drop down onto something?
maybe we just didn't notice it?
See, but every time I went through this area, I didn't miss it. And because of that, I didn't even get to Patches. And now I can't see it.
Oh, do we just roll onto the rafter there? Oh, ow. I mean,
Every other time I played the game, I found this spot.
I mean, I was thinking about going on that spot, but then I thought, I don't know how safe that is.
I didn't even look at it because Gandalf walked up here and then wanted to get back off, and I was like, okay. I'm sure Gandalf knows where he's going.
Yeah. Glow darts that don't apply any kind of negative effect?
They apply health reduction.
Not if they don't hit you. And in normal
Just like a
Souls
trap.
game, even when they don't hit you, they build up the status effect.
Is this an illusory wall or something? Huh? Just one of these had an actual passage then, so I guess
think
it's just
two of
only
them
that
did.
now.
2 of them did.
Is there
When I targeted him and he like moved around me, I almost slingshotted off the
Oh, it's the rafters you were talking about.
Yeah.
Also, there's a Cathedral Knights up here, so be careful.
Of course, knights typically walk on rafters.
I feel like I remember getting pincered by Cathedral Knights at some point.
Ah!
Where's my sword? Gonna have to farm this stupid sword.
Oh, there's another one over there.
He has the mace. He's useless to me.
What about this guy with the sword?
What guy?
The one that aggroed?
I don't see him.
Shit.
He's got a crossbow too. Titanite shard. You're
Uh.
insulting me now.
I'm all out of Sunny D, by the way.
Okay, you'll get someone we kill this guy.
Cathedral Knight Great Shield, Cathedral Knight Helm,
You're getting everything except what you want.
and another Great Mace.
Uh,
Yeah. What are the stats? Where's my woolly ears? So I accidentally unequipped it. What are the stats to use the dumbass mace? 32 strength. Here.
oh, for me?
Maces for everyone.
Oh, thank you. Spook,
Patches.
Spook dropped down to the platform where Patches is.
I'm unstoppable. I took
I
a
almost,
bit of damage.
I almost didn't survive that fall.
You're fine. Look, you got tons of health now.
How did he even get across when you can't, like, activate the lever from that side?
No, he does things his own way.
I guess.
That's not interesting, that's stupid. Miracles are so gay they gotta tack on the only cool magic to make it not gay. Yeah, he only did it because the armor corrupted him.
Well, we killed all the guys up here for you.
I forget. Do I have to get the Pierce Shield as well? You know, let's just be safe and grab it.
So there's the
Whatever.
there's a fog gate up ahead, but I still don't
It's
know.
a covenant.
Yeah, it's the Rosaria's bedchamber, which is where you oh whoops, I didn't want to do that. It's where you respec your character.
Oh.
You can offer tongues to her, but I think if you give her a tongue, it fails someone's quest line. But you can respec without paying. In tongues. At least once.
You're speaking in tongues.
Faith, I'm more of a arcane and that other one kind of guy. Was it still Faith in Bloodborne?
No.
Oh no, it was Blood. I'm more of an arcane and blood kind of guy. Except for the blood part, because they were stupid and lame.
Okay,
You
so
got- there was the one blood spell that summoned a giant snake from the ground to chomp something.
Yeah,
That
the
was-
DLC had to show up to save the day.
That wasn't DLC. That was main game.
No, he was added with the DLC. Or the Madara
Oh,
whistle was added
okay.
with the DLC.
He wasn't in the
Where's
DLC
the-
area, but he was added post launch.
Where's the dude? The other dude? The
What
old
dude?
dude? You dude?
What the fuck are you talking
The
about?
dude that's getting over here. Did you already go down?
What do you want?
Where are you?
Right in front of you now. What do you want?
How do we get down here? Oh right, we just go over.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, I thought that was a button that lowers it like an elevator for you.
do you need to go talk to Siegward now in the well?
I think I can do that now, but I don't
think
need
he's
to. He
going
doesn't disappear. Like his quest won't advance until you give him the armor.
So it's safe to just leave him be.
Yeah, if you do the boss here, his quest won't advance.
Okay.
It's not safe to leave him be because of Grey Rat's quest line. By saving him, I will be unable to let Patches save Grey Rat. Which means you have to have Siegward do it. For whatever reason, even though it has nothing to do with
Where are you
him,
going?
I'm gonna go save Siegward.
Oh, okay.
I'm guessing there's no way to save everyone.
Bells. I'm more of a tiny Tonatrus kind of guy.
I mean-
I'm more of a gadgets kind of guy.
The only way to save everyone is to not do any of their quests. But,
Which sometimes just fails them anyways.
yeah. But, like... It doesn't matter which one of them saves Grey Rat. He gets saved either way. And it doesn't adversely affect either of them for the other one to do it.
It's just, weird that Patches would do it. Though he does say that he owes Grey Rat, because Grey Rat did him a favor. Also, the reason he was going there was he's like, Grey Rat must be dead by now. Which means he's got a stack of treasure on him. What? Why are you returning home?
Refill
From the
Estus.
juice box.
Oh, okay. Maybe you should do that too.
Yeah, I mean it's a good idea since we're right at the start.
Then get out of here. Get the fuck out of here.
God, this area's took so long. We've been here like what, an hour and a half? But at least now we know what to do.
We had some, connection issues and walking over here issues.
Right.
Handoff got us lost.
Spook misled me. Spook also pushed Ominous, who pushed him down that
off the
ledge. You both shoved each other at the same time off a ledge. Spook couldn't protect two people who were AFK from an invader.
He was a rude one, too.
I mean, that seems to be exactly how it would be in any Souls game. Magic was busted as hell in... We're missing a summon sign. Demon Souls, magic was busted as hell in Dark Souls, magic was busted in 2, magic was busted in this game.
Is it?
It was.
It doesn't feel that good. It doesn't feel like that bad, but...
Miracles didn't suck in 1, they had to nerf lightning spears. And Wrath of the Gods was dumb as hell. And then you had Tranquil Walk of Peace, which also had to get nerfed. Sunlight Spear was garbage.
Lightning Spear
lightning-
1
Gandalf, can you
took so long to cast.
can,
But
can
it actually did damage.
It did a lot.
Gandalf, can you take over streaming? Because my connection really can't handle both co-op and streaming this, but you can. Alright, I'm gonna stop streaming.
Your sword looks really fucked up, Gandalf.
How do you figure?
It's missing most of it.
How do you figure?
There's holes all over it.
That's just the outer sword. Look at the inner sword.
It's
I
barely
like
there
it.
in some spots.
What? That's... Let me zoom in. Come on, Pillar, work with me. No, it's all there. Where are you seeing it not being there?
Yeah, never mind.
The Exo sword is, you know, a little bit janked up, but that's all magic faith
Wait,
stuff,
do we
right?
take that elevator or do we just go?
Yes. Miracles were obscenely... every magic thing was obscenely strong when Dark Souls 2 came out.
Yeah.
But I don't think anything got nerfed as hard as Miracles, which is funny because the problems were definitely Pyromancy and Hexes, which got nerfed really hard too. But that doesn't stop Dark Orb from just straight up one-shotting people.
What was funny was when they nerfed what was not Dark Weapon, but the other one, the First Weapon or something, the Hex Weapon or something.
Yeah, Dark Souls 3 is probably the weakest magic has been overall, but I'd still say Pyromancies were super strong. Miracles are kind of a slow burn.
What? There's a guy.
What guy? This is some kind of guy. Alright. Goodbye.
I feel a bit bad for him. But not really.
It was an ideal spot for us, but it was very unfortunate for him.
And then sorceries are also kind of... Sorceries are fine in this game.
There's
You just...
okay.
Once you
I
get
don't
past
think they
the initial...
scale that well to multiplayer.
Heavy Soul Arrow is really good.
It's okay. Omi does more in an attack than I
Yeah,
do.
but
with
you
the
can do it before we even get to the dude.
I usually can't because the lock-on distance kind of sucks.
The old lock-on distance sucks excuse. Because like, you don't want to free aim.
Less free aiming is possible.
I'm the big boss killer here. I'm doing the do. Look, it's the Deacon and the other Deacons. I have died to this boss once, and it was while doing a co-op run through with like Vice and other people. And during the boss, because I care so little about this boss, I just walked over here and did this while they fought it, and apparently they weren't doing enough damage to kill it.
I think I died a few times, but I was using like a tiny dagger. And it's like, oh boy. I can't hit more than one enemy at a time.
I'm gonna have to cheat Sunlight Metals in my inventory when we get to that point, because I'm not gonna have 30.
Alright, I'm gonna spend some...
Seems wrong, man.
I'm gonna spend some souls just so I don't risk
Beating
losing everything.
30 in order to get Lightning Spear if it actually could do damage is cheating. They're cheating me out of lightning. It's time to go fail what's her face's quest line.
Who's that?
Oh, I got Estes.
Arena of Kareens.
Oh.
Are you gonna make her learn dark miracles?
Yeah, I'm gonna make her teach me a dark miracle.
Ah, how
Give me
gracious.
Na and
Passing
Dark
fine ash
Blade.
thou'st given. Let this ash bestow nourishment. I only hope these new wares content thee.
Well, if I want to learn dark crap, I have to otherwise wait until we free the... What's her face? Oh hey, it's Horus. He lived. Because Spook made me go to the catacombs. Yeah, she's blind, and you don't even have the ability to give her eyesight like the one that's blind because her eyes were gouged out. Which I still haven't actually done yet. I have the eyes, I don't think I've given them to her yet. Oh, I never gave her the Grave Warden Ashes. What cool stuff do you sell now? The Crescent Axe.
For me, she sells Wolnir stuff, black iron armor.
Black Iron, William's Crown, Lloyd Shield Ring, Exile Mask, a bunch of bullshit, a bunch of garbage. Did what's-his-face steal the Faith chick away yet? Or do I actually have to just straight up reset this area first? I have to reset the area. Or no, maybe I have to talk to her after doing it. True, you exist and were a nun. Okay. I probably do have to reset the area though. There's two ways to advance her questline. One, you give her all the good miracles, and then you learn all of them, and then she becomes a firekeeper. The other way is you give her a dark miracle, and then you buy a dark miracle from her, and she gets blacked. There's an item here.
What's
Oh,
what's
the
the actual
Archdeacon
trigger for Siegward?
having met patches.
Ah,
And then, after you buy all of the dark miracles from her, she'll, become unresponsive, and if you touch her while wearing eye guns, graves, or she'll tell you to kill her.
so who's next?
What? Why isn't she doing, why isn't it, going? I bought dark miracles from her. Eigen's supposed to get pissed off. Give her... Subsequently purchase any dark miracles, Aigon will take her from you. True, but he didn't do it. I think this text was the trigger, her saying she's scared of the dark. I'm trying to progress her questline because I want to just go murder Aigon real quick.
Should we do mine next? When you're ready, Gandalf?
That's up to Spook.
Sure.
Okay, she surely should be gone now. Yeah. Where does... Aigon takes her where you met them, right?
So
Let me check.
treat sheep.
Oh, just after the Gundyr boss. Okay. Oh.
Ashen One.
Ow. Dang, two-handing it so that I can't parry him. What a genius. Whoa.
Alright, let me know when you're ready, Gandalf.
I am a good person. A hero, possibly.
Are you sure?
Whatever. Morn's Great Hammer is heavy as fuck. It's also sick as hell.
I wanted to see if I could run past stuff enough to open the first shortcut. The first shortcut's pretty far in terms of having to run past stuff.
Yeah, I mean, you got the graveyard, you got, like, the outer wall, then you have to, get to, like, the ledge where the
How much
grave...
strength do you need to be able to two-hand a 50 strength weapon? It's,
Mid-30s?
30 gives you 45 with two-hand. Is it 38? Because that would be plus...
36 would definitely be enough.
Yeah, because that would be, what, plus 18 to it?
Oh, I'm dead.
Quick math.
Oh, not yet. I was so certain.
Question is, do I have enough level up juice? No. I've been neglecting my strength. You'll just be a distant dream. Oh,
So, I'll meet you guys there.
I'm coming back. I'm coming. Spine's down.
I'm not gonna be there, so you can just start going through the Gandalf.
Alright, I'm coming.
No. You get back here. You got homeward bones.
No.
Alright, the crest shield is now mostly even with the dragon crest shield instead of just being straight up better. Because, I think in Dark Souls 1 it was like 80 magic block, and fire damage didn't matter, so you didn't need to be able to block fire damage. We might do the DLC after Cathedral.
Alright, Spook, are you coming back?
No,
Why not?
because I'm already like over halfway.
But he's invaded. Classic Spook, just leaving us in a lurch because he's a big little sprungus. Quick, close the door on him. Rude. He wants to lure us to bad dudes.
Yeah, he sure does.
I'm gonna go fully in here so that he can't just throw bombs at me. He actually has to come in this room. This guy's a pussy. I got hit by that before he even threw the bomb. Okay. I'm gonna unsummon myself and just get my Estes back. Only Spook was there to help us kill that invader.
He was
Yeah.
too strong. I was scared of him.
Well, I guess we're gonna have to go it alone.
So where is your sign then, Spook?
I don't even have one down.
You should put one down.
Okay, put it down, and if you happen to get here before I get back to the shortcut, you'll be able to summon it.
Now there's items throughout this place, but it'll be up to you to go find them. There's one over here, but you know, it don't matter. Oh, and there's one in here, I think. And I just got laid.
Congrats. Oh. My summon sign disappeared.
You must be being invaded.
I think it's actually because I went down this elevator shortcut.
You must be being invaded. Whoops.
No, because I can put one down again now.
You must be being invaded.
Okay, I have the shortcut to the start.
Does that mean we have to go back and get you?
No.
It happened again. And it was happening to Ami at the same time. But this time it actually applied worm to me.
Well, but where are you guys right now?
The graveyard.
Are you going to do the lower down part with the beasts?
It's up to Ami. He's the host. He decides where we go.
Presume you.
I'm not talking too much because of things going on in the background.
That's cool.
I don't have one because I didn't buy one because, you know.
Torch?
Yeah. Does that count the follower's torch, which is an actual just straight up weapon? Because I could do that, it's just I would have to have the follower's torch. I think I lost
You guys end up in the lower down part, let me know.
I didn't mute myself. What if who made it, Zarb? Hmm? They don't make those.
I don't know what happened.
I don't think I can fight this enemy effectively.
Just come back to the first bonfire, Gandalf.
Already in.
Oh, put my sign down there too.
Dang, you really are the Pope, aren't you, Gandalf?
Call me. I got something to lend you.
What you got?
Where is it? Where is it? Oh, interesting.
Oh, is this for the bugs?
Yeah, just in
Oh.
case you get wormed.
Okay.
And I said lend you, but it costs like 500 souls, so I don't actually care about you giving it back.
Oh. Okay.
Man, just in case you get wormed. Feels like Titanite demons are kind of awful to fight as a sorcerer with a split magic damage rapier.
How do you figure?
They've got very high magic defense.
Says who?
Miyazaki?
Oh, I'm being wormed right now, and I ran out of blood moss. Oh no.
You know, these guys don't flinch easily.
What guys?
The fancy guys with 2 swords.
I flinched him easy.
You know, guys, do you know that they flinch from being stabbed with a rapier easily?
I can't imagine why that would work that way.
It's down by the shields if you're looking for the torch. Pretty light, so hopefully you can just like keep it in one of the extra slots. Shit, Gandalf, you seriously are a pro. That crystal lizard hit you really hard, Gandalf.
It happens.
Yeah. Definitely easier for people with great swords. I also checked, and the status cleansing thing is actually a miracle in this game instead of a sorcery.
Which makes sense.
Yeah, it makes way more sense. I wonder if it gets rid of worms.
It should, since the game just considers worms to be bleed.
That's pretty much it for this area, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty sure.
God, I can look up the Pope's dress. This door says it doesn't open from this side, but I feel like we never found the other side of this door.
We did.
We did?
Yeah.
I must have missed it. Oh, crap. Guy set himself on fire and did a big scream. That's messed up.
Where'd that guy come?
Around. My soul's right now we're 36969. Wait, or was the shortcut the other way? The shortcut's this way. I think these guys can drop something special for sorceries.
The Scholar's Candle.
Yeah.
The sword you make from the boss's soul. The, I think the candle might... I think the candle actually drops from the Grand Archives, though. There's like other versions of these guys there.
I don't remember this.
What?
I found something I don't think we found when we were.
What?
I found a narrow staircase that went down to a single fat enemy guarding a corpse with an item.
Where?
Back before the giant. Oh, you know what? I think it might be the Dark Sorcerer.
What Dark Sorcerer?
Deep something? There was a message on the ground that just said deep.
Well, it's up to Ami if he wants to go back for it.
Oh,
It'd be easier to just go back and get later.
what are we talking about?
I found an item that Gandalf missed. I think it might be a dark spell, which is not something anyone but me would have any interest in. So.
Alright, then up the ladder is a dead end, but there might be an item or two.
There are some dudes. Dudes are known to guard items. Oh. I don't know why I thought I would get it when I did that.
Did you put it to sleep?
Yeah, you can do that in Dark Souls 1.
I didn't know that. I mean, I never used magic.
No, it's using the... Well, it's Lloyd's Talisman in Dark Souls 1. The thing it makes it so you can't use Estus.
And for
Ah.
some reason, it puts mimics to sleep for...
You could use it so that you could, take their item without having to kill them, and it was the only way to actually farm the symbol of avarice. Because if you didn't get the mask from them, you just didn't kill them and reloaded the area, and you could keep trying until they gave it to you.
I didn't think that guy would ignore you guys and keep charging straight at me.
Hey, I see him. There he is. He took him a while to care. You want to kill the giants before meeting patches or after?
We can do it after. Oh, Kirk's here. And he's out of here.
Is not any good.
If they're susceptible to bleed, yeah, it
A
doesn't
lot
really
of
do
things
any.
are. From my
Doesn't really
experience.
do any damage. Like, even if you have the stats for it and are using a hex talisman, it doesn't really do any damage.
I can't remember if these can take lead blocks though. Wait a minute. Omi's not here. You're over here. Omi's somewhere else. Here's Omi.
I'm gonna go unlock the other shortcut.
That would make sense.
Are we killing this giant here or leaving him be? The one blocking the way, actually 2 patches.
We can kill that one since he doesn't care.
Saying he can't be cheesed by bleeding him before he gets up.
Why was he not taking damage from this either? Did he have damage resistance while sleeping?
True, while asleep, you can't be hurt
Oh, he
because
threw poop at me!
you're being, dreamed at.
I forgot that he could do that.
I can't believe what's FromSoft has lost their way putting anti-ease tech in their games. Come on. What's next? You won't be able to beat the Capra Demon by throwing bombs over the fog gate?
Are there items in the
Yeah.
other sludge pool?
Yeah.
Okay, I want to go get those.
Well, the giant will beat you up if you go.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh. Alright, hold on.
By the way, Gandalf, everything's out.
Oh.
Now that we cleared the way, we can go rescue Omi from...
Oh, he's stuck in the sludge pools grabbing items.
I'm coming.
Well, we killed some guys, maybe one of them would have dropped the sword.
What's next? Not being able to kill Ornstein by having him do his grab attack next to a wall so he walks out of the stage and falls into the abyss?
I got Cathedral Knight armor.
got bonus item discovery, so maybe when I come to, I'll get the drop.
Or not being able to kill the flame lurker by standing somewhere he can't get to.
But I think there's a spot like that for Osiris, though.
Or not being able to kill False King Allen by shooting him in the head with arrows from the entrance of the stage.
I did that one.
This is the door that we were talking about, Spook.
Oh,
That's like the main
yeah,
entrance.
this is the main entrance, yeah. I got confused. Okay, it's up here.
Well, you look reasonably sane. I am a knight of Katarina. I've managed to track down this cathedral's store of treasure. It's right over there, across that
That was
narrow
totally the
path.
giant that this like drops us next to.
Treasure.
So this is probably the one we cared about.
Always so close, yet so far. I'm in quite a pickle, indeed. Well, just hold your
it actually
horses a
changes.
moment. I know. Treasure is so sorely
No, the one over there.
tempting.
Just because he's suddenly gonna be over here.
Well, I-
Shame on you, you greedy guts.
Your character is so beautiful.
Thought you could outwit an onion. Well, say hello to the nice giant. He adores visitors.
I like how he calls us greedy when he's just as greedy as we are. If
Oh,
not
you didn't
more.
go for the treasure, you did. But we get teleported down.
Oh, this giant teleports over here. What?
And we teleport onto the ground. To prevent us from getting stuck somewhere in the runway. There's nothing threatening over there, so I'm just gonna stand here and you can go through the slow goop.
I'll go with Ollie.
Look, I don't want to get my nice archdeacon robes gooped.
Well, since this place is mostly cleared out now, do you want to show me where that item is you were talking about, Spook?
If you want it.
I mean, why not? Just to say I cleared out most of this place.
What do you think?
We already cleared out most of the enemies in here now.
Yeah, the quick way would be back from the shortcut. Where was the...
You figured might as well.
Like, it is a sorcery, but I think from what I've read, those sorceries aren't really actually good unless you use a split stat talisman and have faith level.
Most of the sorcerers actually only lose about 50 damage if you have just Titan and like
50
Logans.
feels like a lot, but
It ain't that huge.
I don't know if Gandalf is even coming with this.
No.
If that is what it is, it might be good for me to have, just to have something that does not do magic damage.
Yeah, for all those things
Here.
that don't resist dark damage.
I have no idea how common dark damage resistance is.
Oh,
As
is
far as I can tell, that's all that's here.
just a deep gem?
Oh, it's just a deep gem?
Yeah.
Wow, what a ripoff.
Oh well.
I was excited that that might be the sorcery, but it's not.
Frickin' idiots.
It's just a worthless gem.
Deep gem is dark damage that scales.
This was here?
I think, I don't know. What was here? What was here?
An ooze, apparently.
Yes. Wait, I get it. A deep gem. The Cathedral of the Deep. Well, maybe if they didn't go on wild goose chases for rocks that don't do anything. Look what I found while we were in here. Uh, 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 a blessed gem. Something that's not useful
Will I
either.
survive this fall? I don't think I would survive this fall. I'm not gonna
But
try.
a blessed gem also gives you, I think,
Light
constant HP
HP
regen. Yeah, so I'm waiting on the path to Rosaria. Wow, you actually don't get the blessed weapon buff until fucking Lothric Castle.
No. However,
Hey, I
can
see
tell
him. I see these dudes.
Hey, we're here to hang out with our buddy Gandalf.
I don't remember what was even over by this dude way over here. There was nothing over here by this guy. He's just hanging out over here. Wait.
Help me.
He wasn't hanging. He was behind me somehow. Oh, okay, goodbye.
What a sneaky guy. There's gotta be some right to the left. There's not. Huh, I couldn't roll after that.
I got another Cathedral Knight armor.
What you always wanted. Oh. Well. I bet he dropped the sword. Ow. I'm being shot at by this guy way over here.
Well, we're gonna end up back down there anyway, so...
Wait, this way isn't taking me anywhere. Guy's a dick. Do I even have the health to do this anymore? I don't. I am definitely gonna have to unsummon myself and get my Estus back. Run. These guys shoot magical, faith-based Saint Bidens at you. Something you can't do, and something that the Saints Biden also can't do.
Unbreakable patches. You seem to be unkindled. Do you have
You don't know
business
that it's
with me?
faith-based.
Come on, look at these guys.
Yes,
It was the
of
Saints
course.
Biden is a
It's
faith
way back to
weapon,
you
and it
now.
was yellow.
Oh, I'm so sorry. That was my hand, as you know. But the deed, well, that was the armor's.
Name a single sorcery
Regrettable.
that's that
Truly.
color.
But behold, I'm stripped clean of that unruly attire. And look at you. Not a scratch. All's well that ends well, right? Yes, we'll be fine. I can tell. It's that rotten curse. It is. The untidy mess. Oh, yes. Now, it wasn't me.
Alright, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna kill myself.
Just
The
a
basic
trick.
dark sorcery is
Go
gotten
ahead.
from the
It's yours
Deacons'
now.
soul transposition.
Now Ami can grab the Rosaria
I'm a kindly,
bonfire, and then
travelling
he can
merchant.
just teleport back to the
If you're as
chapel and
unkindled as you look,
pick
you'll
us
find
back up.
plenty of good stuff.
That's thinking a few steps ahead.
Inside.
Thanks, good comp. Oh, yeah, can't resist it, can you? Can't find anything? Well, you could try looking a little harder.
Got Deacons.
What do you mean, Zarb? I don't see anything. So did you get the onion armor yet?
Yeah, I got it. I had to fight some worms after, too. So I could just talk to this lady and it's fine here?
Yeah, just don't give her
yeah.
any tongues.
Okay.
I can't remember whose questline I think it's the fucking dude that says, hey, you should invade people and fucking murder them.
So I can join the Covenant without ruining anything?
Yeah.
Okay.
Lady in white.
Okay, so Bonfire's lit. I'm gonna go talk to Siegward real quick. And then we're gonna fight the boss.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I was right. It's Leonard, the dude that says you should go murder people. But who gets pissed off?
I think some lady.
But who? I can't. Oh, Cirrus. Okay, Cirrus gets pissed off and you fail her questline. I gotta do her questline. Well, I gotta do her questline up until a point.
Hello? Hello?
Which is I gotta kill Creighton.
Anyone there? Anyone at all? Oh, I know that voice. Just how long has it been? It's me, Siegward of Cathedral. I'm loath to admit it, but I've been had. Someone's swiped my armor. Did you happen to see it anywhere? Oh, my armor. My deepest gratitude. I, Siegward of Caterina, salute you. With my trusty
An ad?
armor, I'll be out of here in a jiffy. Until
No.
we meet again, comrade.
I don't have an ad on hand to do as a joke, so I just can't.
How long
No
does
need
it
to
take
worry
for you to
about
get
me.
tips?
With my trusty
Oh, I'd better make a Twitter post saying that support's been a little slow right now.
Okay, so Spook, do you have that other bonfire unlocked?
Which other bonfire?
The Rosario one?
No.
Okay, so we'll just have to go
To be
from
fair, the Rosario one's not any closer to it's actually further from the boss than just going from a shortcut. Wait, I need to do a tune as well. No! I'm
Should have
gonna
thought of
unsummon
that
myself
sooner.
immediately. I thought of it late. Maybe you should have thought of something.
Me? Dude, I don't know how I'm gonna kill that Titan. Other
Just
than
kill it.
slowly.
Summon us and then have us kill it.
That's true.
Okay, let me just slap that on there. Alright. We're back in business.
Wait, we don't need this elevator.
What weapon are you using, Gandalf?
Great Axe right now.
Oh, okay.
Any luck?
Great mace.
Oh, I ran out of juice.
Okay.
Is there anything even in this room?
The Pope's stuff.
Oh, I don't see it.
I'm gonna go get. I think you have to actually leave and then come back, and then it's on a course there. Or at least stay at the bonfire, I don't remember. Can I get enough levels to let me use Lorne's bitch ass hammer? No. But we're steadily building up.
Okay, so at Firelink Shrine, is there anything new to do?
Couldn't be, no.
Nothing with Grey Rat?
Ah,
No, not until you actually enter Irithyll.
Ashen One.
That is good, wasn't it? Pretty, I go.
Okay, back to the cleansing chap.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
Don't forget to burn your bone shard and use your Estus shard if you haven't.
I didn't do either of those.
Ball shards don't do much at this point, anyhow.
Says
first-
you, that's just because you have no health
No,
to
like,
heal.
the first 4 are huge increases, and then they fall off to giving you like 12 more health each.
Yeah, 12 more than I'm gonna need. Maybe you should have more than 200 HP.
Henry of Astoria, I am well pleased to see you
Health
safe.
boy.
We reached the Cathedral of the Deep, but Aldrich's coffin was empty.
They have
The
829
man
health
must
right
have
now.
left for his true home. The
Oh,
little
yeah?
doll in the empty coffin told
Yeah.
me. Aldrich
When did you get all that
fled to
health?
Gael, from Irithyll in the Boreal Valley, an ancient fabled city.
I remember back when you had like
The
500.
city lies beyond Farron
I
Keep,
probably have like
and so becomes
500
our
if I
destination.
am a spirit.
Aldrich, a pilgrim, told me that, and so become. Aldrich is a pilgrim, and so.
Okay, cool. So Henri and her escort are alive. He did not go hollow yet.
Nice.
We'll see about that.
I'm afraid that is true. Do not think what.
Alright. Just gonna talk to one more person, level up, and I'll be right there.
Oh,
Alright, my sign's down.
what's this? Champion of Ash, this divine tome is forbidden. These are dark tales of things that lurk deep. Of course, only the little creature. Have a pleasant, I pray.
So, Spook, you ended up with a gold serpent ring? Is that it?
Where? Do
Uh,
I
did
have that?
No, his sword just naturally increases drop rate.
Yeah, my sword has increased drop rate.
Oh, what sword?
It's transposed from the Crystal Sage's sword.
Hey, check
It's
this
not a
out.
very good weapon.
Oh, I just
But
I think I
you
just
can technically offhand it for drop rate.
I think I just ate the soul for the extra souls, since nothing he gave was useful for me.
Welcome.
I don't know. Look how many chairs I can break at once.
Pretty cool. Oh,
Farewell, Ashen One. May
I'm actually upset. This was the rolling attack that Hammers had in Dark Souls 1, and it was super good, and it's still pretty good. They took this away from Hammers and gave it to the great axes. What a Hammers have? Let me get one of them just in here. Where's my? All right, and this. Look at this shitty head. How sweet.
then Haken.
This was what axes had. Awesome.
Ah?
So I'm looking at the
Ashen One.
the Firekeeper's wares, and I like how the crown is the most expensive one, like super more expensive than everything else, because they knew that's the only one you care about.
it is a crown.
Ah, so
Alright, they ruined this. You barely even run forward with it. Even when it's fully charged.
now.
Welcome. Very well, then Haken. Farewell, Ashen One. May
Oh, your weapons.
Where'd you go?
Around. Hey, can you go kill the Titanite demon for me?
Where?
Oh no. No, I can't jump over you.
Don't you gotta summon Ami first?
Yeah, that's why I'll stay here. You'll go down there and kill it.
Wait, but there's spooky dogs down here.
I tricked you.
And I don't have a torch. I'm getting wormed.
Fricked. Do I actually need to pick that item up, or do those go right to inventory because they don't respawn?
Go right to inventory.
Nice.
I'm gonna have to use Dark Blade for this.
Oh shit. Night scale. Thanks, Gandalf.
Alright, I'm coming. Sorry about that.
And summon myself to get rid of worms.
Yeah, that's fair.
Because I will not be pushed into buying a torch for no reason.
You need those 300 souls.
Okay, my sign is down.
Let's see.
I increased my vitality a bit more, so I was just looking at more viable armor options.
Oh. Did you find any?
A couple.
But you have access to the Deacon robes now. Look at these cloth physics. You couldn't have this in Dark Souls 1.
Alright, so where are we going? This way?
The first shortcut.
Can I play mouse and keyboard? I really don't want to. See, the ability to move the camera super fast would give me too much of an edge over everyone else. I just wouldn't be able to compete.
You're getting these bosses, they're just here for no reason. Okay.
You already killed the giant?
Yeah.
Nice.
Great, now we get to see the dialogue when he's upset at you.
Yeah, the giant takes headshot damage.
Well, he does have a head. This is a
That's
common
true.
trait amongst giants.
I hit him in the head with a great heavy soul arrow and it did like 1,440.
We killed the fat lady up there if you want to go get her item up there.
I feel like she probably didn't drop anything. But I feel like we go.
There was an item to pick up. Oh, I think it was an ember.
What about the mimic down here?
Eat braille to find tool.
Yeah, now you can learn Nah and the other stuff that it taught.
Just a shield.
no, weapon hurting juice.
Be careful. That stuff can hurt your weapons if the juice is on you. No, I didn't pick up an item back there. Well,
Dang, look at that FP regen from getting a backstab.
I think it's 15.
Infinite. Oh. Dang, Ani won't let me get the FP regen.
Spook, can you check this Cathedral Knight real quick? See if he dropped anything?
That guy was a mace guy anyway.
Oh, he was?
He's worthless to us. To our
Did you want his
dreams.
gauntlets and leggings?
His armor set is pretty neat, but I only usually wear the helmet anyways, which I already have one of those.
I mean,
Nice
I could take him if you don't want him.
I'm not gonna wear heavy armor.
Oh, it is a heavy helmet though.
You wanna take a look. Where's this gonna show? Cathedral.
I hate that I've had to put this many points into Vitality and I still get, like, overweight real quick.
I don't think I've gotten the Cathedral chest or helmet though.
Have I gotten it? Let's see. I have. Not the. Oh no, I do have both of them. Alright.
Nice.
Here, I'll plop them on the ground. Oh, I better bust out Darkblade. I think these slimes might resist dark damage, and also the dark damage that it adds is like really insignificant.
Ooh. I shouldn't have used that. I don't think item over there. Oh. Should get this one off the corpse. Ring hammers.
I like how buffing your weapon in this game unphantoms it color-wise, and then puts the color of the buff over it. So when the buff wears off, your weapon is briefly just its actual color.
Dodged on accident because his movements are so huge.
Massive FP regen. It's just insane.
This is nothing.
How's it going?
Okay. It's alright.
Oh, whoops, I forgot that going back to two-handed removes the buff. Oh,
It's fine.
no, it's not. What if we need to go back down?
Wait. Is this where I want to be?
Where do you want to be?
Oh, well, yeah, it is.
As long as there's weird, crusty anime websites. Chitango, Chat and Go, Chattanooga, it will always survive.
Shame on you, you greedy guts.
Where's the... you beat up the giants?
Thought you could outwit an onion. Well, say hello to the nice giant.
I guess it's when you get
Here,
back
yours
to him, which
visitors.
means we won't get to hear it.
Enough, you lied to me.
What?
Did you get your items from the sludge over here?
He says the line's right then, so I was listening.
Oh, well, we didn't get to hear it.
I did not pick up the stuff over there. I don't think I care.
But the Saints bidened.
Yeah, that's true.
And whatever the other stuff over there was.
I gotta get to what Rosaria is.
You didn't
Like,
open this door.
respect
I
to
was gonna
you.
run off on my own.
He did that specifically just to keep you out.
Oh fuck, oh fuck, oh fuck.
Well, that's unfortunate.
Well, luckily we're right near the bonfire. He can go back down and go get you, right?
Have fun up here, Gandalf.
Do I need to have fun up here?
No, but...
Ami died because of Spook's bad attitude.
What? Is that right?
Alright, sign's down. Right outside the door.
Oh, right outside the door. Okay.
Yeah, the elevator door. Well, refilled by Estus at least.
That was the strat.
Is this gonna be a failed in join session thing?
Maybe.
It doesn't normally take this. Oh, yep. Summoning aborted. Alright, it's in the same spot.
Maybe one of the guys up here will drop their sword. Can't wait to pick up this item without being attacked by anything. It was an arbalest. That's probably one of the most useless things I've ever picked up.
Massive FP.
Blessed gem. Cathedral Knight Greatsword. Who wanted it?
Both of us.
Both of us.
But I guess give it
hang
to
on.
Ami.
Hang on, both of you stand still facing me.
Nah, give it to
Equal
Ami. I got other weapons I can use.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Alright, thanks.
I'll farm one on my own.
There's a chance of getting another one.
There's no guarantee. I need a weapon that can be buffed for if I use buffs, but the main weapons I'm planning on using are boss weapons anyways, so they can't be buffed, so whatever.
Little guy here. There's always the chance of the two.
Dang, you guys suck.
He didn't drop anything. Ow!
It's okay, Ami died so that when you resummon him, you can also use the bonfire, right? Which will resummon the sword guy down there, who will absolutely drop the sword. Damn it.
I got an idea. I'll meet you guys at the Rosaria area, and then you can just summon me there.
This guy didn't drop anything either. Wait, what do I drop? Oh, there.
Ow. I'll catch up.
Okay.
Gotta let this heal tick out.
Alright, so I'll put my sign down right where Patches is. Or, yeah.
And I'll put my sign down right outside the boss room.
Would that be a better idea? Just go to the boss room?
No, it's fine. You put it down where Spook can get to you. It's just, I might have killed myself.
Okay, sign's down, Spook. Right next to Patches.
Okay.
Fine. This way I can kill that sword dude, and he'll drop a sword.
Patches does just sell rusted coins.
It's true. If I use a rusted coin, my chance of getting it will be greatly boosted.
They're pretty cheap from him too, and it looks like he does not have a limited stock, which is all surprising. And why did I summon you before I actually get to activate this bonfire? Because I don't think I can do that while you're here, can I?
Nope. Nice, he didn't drop anything.
Want me to just desummon myself? Okay, hold on.
If you don't mind.
I'll go wait by the boss room.
Oh. An ember? This is not what I'm after.
Okay, so you'll both just be right outside the boss room then?
I guess. I'm trying for that sword from the dude that's by the boss room.
Don't worry, I'll get it for you.
He dropped nothing again. Are you at the boss room yet?
Just about.
Yeah, I'll do one more pass, and if he gives it to me, and if not, I'm gonna beat Spook up.
Wow, I didn't get anything from them either, and I popped the rusted coin.
Alright, my sign's down by the boss room.
I thought my chances of getting something from him were pretty good. Let's see, Ace. Ominous.
I didn't get anything again.
I think
my sign's down.
I think I'm probably gonna get another disconnect error because it's taking a long time again.
Yeah. I think I see like 3 NPC phantom signs in this area too. Oh.
Very good. Very good.
Soul of the Deacons of the Deep and a small door.
Good. Very good.
Tough fought. Good work, everyone. Ew.
Now I might cast slowly. An ember. This is. Now patches should be in filing. But I don't remember where he goes. I think he's up in the, like, near
Yeah.
where the nest is. The lower part that's not actually the nest, but you can use as the nest. But I can't go there because Firelink Shrine hasn't loaded yet.
I still have the Pierce Shield, so you don't give him that.
Good, now you get to keep the Pierce Shield.
True.
Alright, I need to go do a couple things. I can't really stay up much later. Otherwise, I tried to farm for a great sword.
We did a full area. We can stop here.
I know, but I was trying to get a sword for you too.
I can do that on my own time. It don't matter. Let me two-hand it.
Farewell, Ashen One.
I can finally one-hand the Great Axe.
That is quite neat.
Well, yeah. Goodbye. That's
Goodbye.
it for now.